Okay. It looks like we are on, so we can get started, right?
Yeah. Let
Okay.
me share.
The most important thing that we always do is to share it so that a few people can join us for the conversation, makes it more interesting. But yeah, good afternoon. It's afternoon where we are right now. I'm in Toronto. Well, I know you are in Ottawa. Queer. Can you shout where you are at?
I'm in
So where are
Rwanda.
you? You are in Rwanda,
Rwanda.
Kigali. Yeah, Lakiri is in Vancouver, BC. So it's different times of the day. It's afternoon here. If it is morning for you, good morning. If it's evening for you, then good evening. We are live today to talk about an interesting topic. It's more of a debate according to how we have set it up. And if you will feel the energy in the room already, you will know that there is going to be war in this house. So the topic or the statement we actually found, somebody found it online, and it is an interesting thing. It's a topic where different points of view come into place and people perceive it from different angles. And the question, quote unquote, is this, I will quote it. So the quote goes, if money grew on trees, women would marry monkeys. Some people in this house agree with that statement. Some of us do not agree with that statement. And there is somebody smiling so wide here. That's because she agrees. Can you take us home, Alakira, as to why you agree with this statement?
Okay. First of all, I want to disclaimer for people who are seriously looking into getting married. If you're getting your advice online, you are in the wrong place. Please find someone whose marriage you admire and go talk to them. Now, um, I thought about this a lot last night, and I came to the conclusion that this statement is true, or at least should be practiced more. And this is why. Um, as a lot of people who have gone through, poverty. When you come out of poverty, there's no price. Nobody will say this is your price for going through so much in life. No, you just left traumatized, um, most of the time with a lot of illnesses at your old age. I would not recommend. And if you find an opportunity to marry into a relationship where your spouse or at this point, monkey who has a lot of money, I would strongly suggest this is the right thing to do. Not just for yourself, but for your lineage, because you cannot fail in life and your children fail. Okay? Make sure you find where the money is residing and you go there and you get married to that person. Now, if you're a teenager, you might have ideas of, I will fall in love, like they write in the book or on the TV. I'm here to report to you from the reality that those are mostly imagination. It's in the imagination. You will find yourself that when you go to bed hungry, when the money is not enough, the decision making become into a quarrel every day, love goes out of the window. So yeah, I encourage my audience, which is young girl and women ready to marry, go and find the monkey with a tree that has money growing on it. So yes, Adit, what's your point?
I'm like, the things you're saying. So here, it's not an actual monkey. I don't know. Maybe to make it a bit interesting, we are talking about what are we talking about when we're saying a monkey? Do you understand when this lady is saying a monkey? What kind of monkey is that?
I believe a monkey who lives on a tree and the money grow on the tree. So monkey, you can take it in two ways. You can say, oh, it's an ugly man, but he has money. That's one way to take it. The other way is somebody who has established business. It doesn't necessarily have to be ugly. A monkey, as in, they're not 100% the perfect romantic interest that you would be going for. There's always a downside to people who have money, which is they don't have time. And you're not going to get that time, that love you imagine in your head, that companionship you always want in a balanced relationship when you're not going for the money. I would say that Ranjaloy and Monkey because they're not checking all your boxes. But if they check the money box, go for it.
There is before Banello to somebody who is opposing this, and I'm actually not agreeing with that. But there is some fun we were making the other day with a friend of mine, and we were talking about a recent marriage where that involves a very young girl and a man that, in my standards, is not rich. Okay, his money does not grow on trees, because if his money was growing on trees, I would be like, girl, good choice. This man is a young, handsome man. No matter, even if he's a monkey, he's a young, handsome man. Move on. But the guy is not rich. So what we were saying with my friend is, it's just that this little girl, what was she choosing? Like, she needs to sit down and tell us.
I would say lack of information. This girl does not know what the money actually means in terms of when you are actually married versus when somebody's pledging $100,000 or maybe 100 cows. They think, oh, he's rich. They don't know they somebody borrowed money to pay the cows, and now you are into poverty. So rest in peace, you little girl. Sorry for your loss.
Aquel, you actually saying it's a delicate conversation for sure all the time. And I was listening to some Nigerian lady that I really love, okay? And she was saying about how, especially when women say that they want to marry a monkey that has money, they get bulldozed into the what do they call it? The morality box. Oh, what about the men that are not rich? Should they not look for love? Yes, they should not. They should go work. They should go work. Quit. Go work. Finish your school and work. Okay, Aquan.
Oh yeah, thank you. I've been waiting.
And
Like, because like it doesn't make sense. Like, I disagree with the statement that say that if money grew on trees, women would marry monkeys. First of all, I can't true. That is. Um, Also, before I actually say it's true, I want to want to define it from my own perspective, where I'm coming from. Lisa did. I'm thinking that what it says, what are trees and what are monkey? Monkey is skill at climbing trees. So if money at on trees, get a skillful person to get those money, because that is the forte, that's the environment. So look very human in our current way of life is that if, for example, money is in the bank, now it's on the trees, money at on the bank, so we all marry bankers. That would make sense because we are in the
If
bank.
it was possible, yes.
So, so if that is the case, we need doctors. We don't need all bankers. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need different varieties, right? So that's why the premise is wrong, and I disagree that if money can turn trees, women will not marry monkeys. Like, into our cultural context, then from where I come from, women have not always married because of wealth. So the money from our gym way of doing things like house. Like, what we have never been after cows. Our parents, which are actually men. So it's actually if money grew on trees, the men would marry off their daughters to money. So that's a business rule from our culture. This dowry thing where what goes to parents and usually Ruka and negotiate their ache. So I do that will go for monkeys, not women, because what women look for from young perspective are really strong. Come and be like in that protection. They look for remember right now. Run will get right. I want to like you boys because I active. And I'm like you talk again. So I will listen there.
Yes.
That's a way. You know what? But we are on here. What a risk you are, man. You know what? I'm on Twitter about what to about a live because I want it. And get your car. I know. Yeah, I didn't allow me to tell for the couple because I'm fat and now for dear mother, you me, we yell a baby who took it. So, yeah, one
No, no, no. That girl should be beaten. She's embarrassing us.
So yeah, very good that are really not wealth or money, and it get a bad thing that is not true. So I want to ground that there are so many ways when they don't look for money. Of course, naturally you want a who knows what to do, right? Someone who has vision of how to get money, where to get money, and how to even manage the money. So that vision has to be there. But in most cases, in our own way, like looking back to marriages, my aunties who got nyeke, they were not really looking forward. In fact, our families get talking, I think they can push to wealth, and they don't realize because wealth, no vices. We will come to that later. But personally, when I need to think, I don't say you go someone because I ain't told men to get what I would say is what I would say here. Just do you. No, do your own thing. And get that man who will help you, to maintain that thing that you have done. Get never win. Just begin the conversation.
Yeah, I'm a lot on Mad, but I do agree with you. But you
Okay.
think a lot of
Yeah.
I'm a Ben. There was something that I wanted to Aqua, you know what is happening right now? Aqua, not to TikTok, but okay. And our culture, a lot of things have changed, and a lot of things are changing as time goes, right? Nyirti talk, okay, even okay, Berkur walk a little bit. You were seeing that now they are accepting to get married to older guys. The reason as to why they accept older guys is because the older guys have money. Okay, I have watched keenly that actually girls or women will not hold back to enter into a home that is already established. Forget even about that our culture polygamy is support already, but even if they are in a setting where polygamy is not supported, women would other women that are outside will enter into your marriage for as long as we want to. Okay, and they are supported by the culture that has done a bit of camouflage right now. Achi berak dong on ter man tio kang ato kame. Atiang yaman ko ke yinyai wukor kukai wukor at the same within the same breath. Okay, so they will happily give their daughter to somebody that has money.
Do you get it?
Yeah. So it's actually very difficult to accept that our culture you are equating work. Yeah, and what were people doing? They were giving girls, or they were giving their ladies to men that had more cows, right?
Talking about change by intent of change is actually, I agree with you right now. There was this friend of mine who we went for coffee, and they were saying a cousin there who connected someone, and that cousin has, is that someone married? Go no, I don't want unmarried people, I want married men on money. So
You
I was like, oh wow, that I can say that is my girl. So I agree the change is here right now. There
No,
was
I'm
one.
saying she's smart. It's not my goal. Don't misquote.
Okay, that is good.
Absolutely,
Thanks
she's
for the
smart.
flavor. Yeah. So what happened? So what happened is that culture is changing for sure because on there, I think when you call Benny Nino, Benny and them and Benny lost a lunage, Benny or travel around or vacation on there, walk or go walk and take a lair vacation. But right now you think everyone want to go on vacation to go and shoot
yeah.
their photos. So that
Yeah.
is good, but it's also changing on men's side as well. Because if you
Okay.
have listened
Before
to
we go,
the reason, no, content before that, you need to talk to her. Yeah. So I don't know, they can remember well, Yankiral live. Còn Yankiral live. No,
I
also they're looking for you. No will or Diana will. So the change now is for both. So so the proverb should be actually the change. Well,
there is
if
there is
you
a one page. Ita.
Now you have touched my tail.
my
You have touched my tail. You have touched my tail.
my audience is women. Sorry, but we're cut off. But I need to respond to our call point before I forget. And that, Chadwell, we're not all going to marry bankers. So potential to make money is what you see. If your young boyfriend is in med school, you know he's going to make money. So it's a smart decision to go
It's one of the monkeys.
for a potential doctor. And traditionally, before the romance era comes, people marry for good influence. So, Anjiping one, I was on YouTube and I was listening to this song called Jiang by Anyario. So, if somebody get inspired by Anyario is very talented, I want to make the India, right? It's not because it's just a chia talented. This man has influence. He hold concert. He has the trees to make money, right? So nothing ran color. I ran. I don't know ran tabo what exactly his point is, but if he was famous in some sort of way, and that fame can be monetized, it's still a monkey with a tree. So there are different ways to identify potential to make money. You just have to be smart about it, right? And yeah, influence always put you in a position where you can, you can have access to money. So again,
What kind of influence is that?
No, that woman, she was just embarrassing us. Leave that one alone.
yeah, that one
She
I
was
don't
just
know if she's
embarrassing.
crazy or not. But okay, I'm done.
Yeah, but I think I know what you're saying. After I speak, I'm sorry for crowding out your space. But I think I
It's
understand
okay,
because
it's
I know
okay.
Korai Ryong again to agree with the point, the I mean to oppose. Actually, you are opposing what is being said, right? Um,
Yes, I'm
first of all,
opposing it.
yeah,
I'm saying actually right. It's supposed to be both
yeah.
women and men will marry monkeys. That is
Yeah,
my
I
view.
think I'm somewhere on the fence, as we had said. There are things that I agree. I don't know. I might lean one side more than the other, but I do see what you're saying because when you are talking to, like, let's say, as a woman, when I'm talking to a man, there is a point beyond which his money cannot influence me anymore, right? Because na ye ben kana who can cook you who can ka jal kan yen. You go with your money, right?
Okay.
Now, I Ben Gucci dirty, like he's not clean. You know what? This money is not doing you good because I know. And then also who can keep talk yes, you can okay, please move on, move with your money, you know. So I think there are definitely attributes to this monkey that must accompany this monkey for me to go, or that I would advise. Like if I was advising somebody to go for her monkey, I'd be like, monkey doing is good takang but you can't win riwa well ye generous. I hope chairman ta stingy man association. Okay. And then rule number two is the money something you are going to enjoy in his presence? Ama, will you just want to be extracting the money? Wakala enjoy it and pay because the man is a skunk, like he smells bad, he doesn't take care of himself. Rule number three, is he going to protect you in other ways? Because I know Koikok, by the way, that will give you their money and then they want to deflower you in a way that is very disrespectful. So is the guy respectful? So I think there are a few things I would want to go with
But
that. But
in the first place, before you even consider, why is this money important in your decision making when you have your own money?
that
Why
is the
is
answer. You
your
see the
money?
question. You wait. I have my own money. I do not plan to have my own money. His money is our money.
Okay. Okay. Kid yala kwera. I will come to that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can work hard to back which and Jalui joined, but
Yeah.
it's always important for the man to have his own money,
Yeah.
to have the money, not his own money, our money. The man should have it.
Yeah.
The reason as to why that is important, as well as women, it's because, like, let's say when you start going through the biological processes, like getting pregnant and giving birth and what have you, you no longer have the capacity to get money. Okay, you do not want to be in a vulnerable place where you are experiencing all these tough things of nature
Yeah.
without the resources that you need to survive and to go through,
That's
or to
correct.
even reduce your suffering, because lack of resources is pure suffering. It is pure suffering. Yeah.
Okay. Yala kwera no jaben. I have so much to say.
Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. You know, keka banan kadang Uh, I just want to define this proverb in different perspective.
Mm.
This perspective, perspective, way money and then influence, and that's all about that proverb. So, if we talk about monkey went without any feelings for love, so na love was ran chiman monkey wala ngu so kana era na when chin dom love a chin care a chin ngu but kadang is just to provide money. So and this is happening in our societies. You see a lady illi became law by tawani kula kule law nong much because of money. So and that's why Ayana and Louis agree when I like kitty at okay vital. And the points that you cited before regarding the song of the other guy, era an chol ko da kon wala chol nga ke de nyan
Anyari
chiro lew.
Walentalwe.
E chol nga
Kadang ngudi.
Ko da kon ke jam kon nyan chirale.
Oh,
e ku
I
kon
don't know
ke
that
jam
guy.
or nyan chiro lew.
Nyan chiralo, yeah.
Yeah, ekati al kuda ko na che non ye ko bidwel yen ror akor nyana wen chiro chule but a lui nyira lui ke empower in another way around cause a chan binya beneng kake wala binya beneng that power wala that mentality of acquiring wealth ayen ke general theme of that song ko che non all men are desperate nyana when bikake yake den ache yen ke ko
But are
loy.
all women desperate to rule chiro live in the court? Just tie that down.
Yes,
Not all men are
nyir
desperate to rule chiro live,
rur
but
chiro lew.
women desperate to rule chiro live. You need to that woman.
No, nyir ay desperate rur chiro lew, but nong rur ache desperate nong nyir chiro lew. E plain kedang real fa ka kene. Nungu na lo kuting community da achen nyana wen chiro ja lew adaka je pi de je ris je lo nong rana wen chin ka to kan yen. Ali
That
wo
is
kana.
Ayokoglo, and Uncle
yeah,
Chumu to be a
no,
load.
like
Men
the
nyire ye
community
loy.
that one chiro live. Right? So that is there is all poverty or any can be near for monkeys. But they will not
No,
that
I
will be
don't
not
need to
employed.
Chulu that have the resources. Rurkoglatil to book deal. I think I've seen that.
I I don't agree. Anche we agree on that. But they can talk on the rurai flexible. Egary nyan chiro lew. But in most cases, way law get way doi law nang nyir kero lew. Kubuka la jarnyal. So our nation. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
in summary,
also, yeah,
where
go on.
tea werti ke ko abel wele just power of ngadi of money with an influence, even in our communities ranang with they yanga yen jam yen ka yen ko yanga ina doj ping an doj jam lwe ne mas banang we whether you by group or by hook e mas banang we chan ko nang we ran in le baga in a ban meeting e ger daman dun chata ku jama be ben to ka dang du. So kaya chol with in real sense, money has influence. Wanang influence create ben. Kwayen ayen this proverb do ja true. Ni rai do lo nang ror ken kada ror wen nang wo. So cham peran yen to wo ko.
Yes, I want to add that in watch when you're watching here and Nyachigam Kayin Chinwu, they don't love you.
They don't.
They hate you. They do not love you. They hate you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because
Because
but
if a better man comes, she's gone.
yeah, because
Yes,
When
they-
you have a against me, I will come with
women women
long
women are the biggest motivator for men to do better for themselves. And achaben kinenya, and you are, not pushing or not, not what's the name, inspiring the guy to get money, get his money right, then a kachalwede service, and you actually do not love him. So when you come in and you accept man to be your provider, protector, you're giving him the opportunity to be himself. Ran can actually raised to operate in his masculinity. And being in masculinity, sometimes it has something to do with a woman, sometimes it doesn't. Because I would say for most men who go to look for money, they are competing with other men. right? Into when ngadi chatinka Japan, chopping, he has a wife, he has children with Galo International School, they live in a good side of the country. You also want to set yourself self up to be at the same caliber, Kaneki, right? Now Belo next level is na achi winning achi jokorating chiraleo that when she is not having children, they're going to get the money. You also compete and say, hey, I'm also going to marry ting chirkana, right? So about in Kenya and you're not really on the same program, trust me, it's not gonna work out, right? So I'm saying your ambition have to be aligned for this philosophy to work out, right? So if you are dating Kenya and which it doesn't have potential and you're just sitting there, oh, what will you operate on love? Please, you are killing that man, okay? Make sure he has ambition. Make sure having ambition. Now, and you see other families who are doing well and you're not feeling inspired to do better for yourself. Well, I don't know what to say. Um, I don't know what to say. To
Okay.
come back to women empowerment, we're not saying just because you are when you're a provider, you should not do good for yourself as well. No, your value. Na ira anti benongin and they want to see your value. Chimana rana wanti kwerchilwe quote that a kor nyan chira then you are putting yourself in a better position to match their dream of woman. Team kor but age, right? So yeah, still it holds true. A lot of women go for the money or people who look like they have money, but they're still missing information. Now, channel enough information, you would really understand that you really need to marry someone in woe or ability to provide. I did also provided a point for us that they have to be generous. Sometimes these people have money, but they hate you so much they don't
Mm.
give you any of the money. Do you know?
Yeah.
How oppressive and economic abusive people can be when they have money. So be careful, be careful. Ran may not like you at all. They will just want to impress the public that hey, but they will not, you will not see a coin of their money. They're out there pleasing the community and doing God knows what. So please have your list. But I'm saying having money or having the ability to provide has to be on your list of man of a man or munkor biyintia. So yeah,
A
just
quote
wanted to
before
add.
you, yeah, a quote before you take it, Deborah. There was a point you went to contact netwing, just to I mean, not to oppose, because the things we are saying here are actually complementary, but we tend to lean on one side. Kwachala Kirachi Bedouin right now. You know, sometimes even, or I mean, if you go only for money, underline the word only. If you go only for money, if it's the only thing that you're looking at, some men actually got the money, or they get the money for their own thing. It has nothing to do with you. You are an added advantage, okay? Because you will be one of the things that you will be mentioning. I have money and I have a beautiful woman, and so and blah and blah. But then they get used to for things. For us women, let me talk about myself. We love beautiful things, right? So he will only be getting you those things as bragging points, right? You know, he can get you iPhone. What iPhone is the latest right now?
16.
um 16, iPhone 16, so that he can tell his other friends that I got my woman iPhone 16. It has nothing to do with you, right? And when you come home, like he will literally talk to you like he wishes reason, very disrespectfully reason, because what he equates you with is the money he has given it to you, and therefore you should not talk, you should not even try to look for respect from him or to ask for that. So that's a very kind of, they become untouchy, as Deborah had said. They see you as equal to their money, and money by this is nothing. Oh, it is energy, but it depends on what energy. Now, energy of disrespect, you know, build in that relationship, then that's what the money is going to be used for. Now, if the money in your relationship is for respect and for building a beautiful life, enjoying yourself, then that's the energy that is going to be running. So there is that caveat there. Akwal.
Thank you, and thank you, our esteemed audience who are watching this. This is important debate, important discussion. Please share. Let people. There might be young girl or young man out there that you were talking with, couldn't be in touch. Now I would be three ladies, two ladies and one gentleman. Be convened that you need to have resources of being union. Now
And
young
also
is
to bring
also
their perspectives. Yeah.
ah, definitely. So share the live, and I want to come to answer some of the questions mentioned also in the chat. But before that, for those who just joined, can we discuss and if if money grew on trees, it will okay actually to me. Can you the young up the right? So that because of money. And of course, Agatha and Aliana, well, that is true because 80% of women actually are not because of not near. And I say no, I disagree with that saying. I say that is not true premise. I would say that if money can you grow on tree, all human race, men and women will marry monkeys because the better one want to know resources. In get evaluate. And also, I also believe that money actually change a foundation of relationship. If you listen to underlying tone of all these folks that agree with the saying, what they are saying is that because women are coming from the place of lack, especially now move apply to our background because our perspective are informed by our background and most of resources were ake to now because you know get in pandun kuleri pan you mo and there you have to go and start afresh la bala mo ka bi yen do mim na mo no mo community land ke ki dom tin bla yen ya chi believe to when mi then gi la nyol na so that is from that premise na right now na te we of course na mo no we ke yin pi do la right yin bo yin can empowered so the U-turn here is that women should be empowered in my perspective that and men should be empowered everyone should be empowered that proverb will bear no meaning but right now the reason we are discussing it is because it's imbalance. Let me talk about one thing and I want to raise this conversation a little bit higher. From my policy background I study inequality in the developed countries. And inequality, one key reason why the inequality, like the gap between the rich and the poor, is increasing, is because of a phenomenon called amogamy or associative mating, whereby couple in the same class get out of right? If na mo ni no will ka tiak nya no ko cha kir mo ti pye no masters and PhD at nya masters or PhD la you think at your levels and that ko cha kir be na primary level in primary level ten like now right now there's no aptitude them where back home we and mo I think a lot of our community so in the western countries and Asian countries ko cha think at the levels so na cha kir be na kira andu kai and so they are not discussing about this topic. But now you will be in our context whereby you need to PhD, you know, the last school, you know, Billy Bella, that is where now it applies. Because you are empowered, and there is something here, all a day, which we will another topic, but just alluding it to the point and we agree can work, and it's because of a lack of empowerment. And now, Dini, what one and get on this platform. And my worry, get your mama be bought nyanti. So, look, talk, I'm a child, any bear. But what can get better air could give a million. The get the best beautiful women in our community. Let me just drop that point and let it sink. Wherein the equal well is true. The Rana Kang and K were good. So no boy and I'm marrying the most tallest, the most beautiful, like they got the best women in our community. And those best women choose them. Not even some didn't even choose them, their parents choose them and
because
give
of the money.
them. And that is at some point, Nadia, some of the relationship baby study, I have now a lot of issues because we were not alone. I have families, and so and those families were mostly men because they got is negotiate a million America or what can you know where can you with American you cousin can you so it actually in our community that proverb apply to any carbon way.
I
But yeah,
think. Mhm.
one I think about the club exam before ban and young forever. I know Kenya, she Deborah Aquaden, my name. See, she agree with me. Like, and I agree also with this Ruben Pancho, is that actually the foundation of love and marriage should be based on respect, right? Not on money. Like na ci mo ci ya ka no man kwa ci ri ci man ke ne ya la ki lo kwa ci di ci bere kwa like ru ci kwa ka you think it nothing. I don't think you will die early even where anti ya ka ba and she's being cherished e ka tom piro do ma ke tom dollar tom ma ma che de ten but at least they will live longer the ranti ya kwa ya you know is crying in a Mercedes Benz but mentally, she's got that. That's the
I'd
question.
rather cry in a Mercedes Benz. No, I am not doing imagination. It's not happening.
Okay, I tell you, we're Lord Barca perfection. I will
I
come back.
want to, Kadang, I want to swing it to my second question because the question cannot do weapon, and I think we are leading towards the same direction. Um, Kadang, I think you could just lawyer caution, okay, you could just be authentic, but I think we all have an undertone that do not, by all means, go for a man that has nothing. And this is a good point, or this is a good time or intersection to actually segue into the next question. The question is, should men kwer ku ka yin ka be go ala ku bu jo ben well to be well to go ni ku dia go return.
It's
Should
okay.
men should men without money be allowed? Should women actually let me switch it? Let me to put it like this: should women accept to date men and to marry men that have nothing? When I say nothing, that do not have money or that do not have resources, should women allow themselves to go with those men? Should they even allow them to talk to them? Yeah, Jomana.
Okay, yeah. So I'll do one kind of a tricky math, but about bear based on understanding there. Yeah, illibalwel ketwen achie with yani ya achie ya dururi etong twen kana mani achie ya dururi ke dururi yen nier ku jalalon wen be wero ya respect pandun kaki ai ke tong kan ke ro to kaka ya vital lekin man che wo ja ben pin de pin yen kriye ben ko road lo ye we na to kriye ben ya kaya wel duoga ro jati ya ko wen chin we ke reason being pin nom to wo tin kana yena to garaj red ko na rech ro re le bro loy eda loy ro de nong mon du wala loy ro de nong yin ki yatik so na chi ro go loy nong mon du for example when en mit ku yin ka bili dong when en mit ka so ko wala mo nya bili dong ka en mit ka mit kuna la nyol ben chal wel wan jam dana wan kana chal wel yen uh, a good man mo nya win a wealth ay keep to his fourth generation yana ke real man kana lekin mon wen ay bible ay wela ya dan I don't know is it book of timothy ay book of timothy ay wela well if a man can provide for his own household a heathen is better than him rana
Yes.
wen ken gam well ran
Amen.
wen ken gam còn ran wen ken gam akan wen cái đằng so in summary cái ka bal wele ten apiet ba ko nang cái đằng apiet bran benang with cái yen with ya value in perspective when yen cái đằng na chikala raj mia so apiet en banang mo nya wen cái đằng but cái tuen cái support bunom ngor ke ye chon ni mon du ile bak bak wen yen kuna ye lezi kan le yen ko ba ya la lui ku bala ka ba che ba ja re tai le ka da ja la in chin nong wo ka na chin sen so na chin nong wo gam a che realistic ya dan te go kin wen nya wala te go kin wen mo question twen ba kon ti mo ai ba da lo ye no a che realistic question
Oh
kana
no,
ya
no, no.
ja la
That
ti
should be the first person, Kurt.
ko na ja jam ko na ja jam
Then you question it's Yara and here because you don't have that
no
question, then here and here because money is not a
no
factor.
No, kwana cha jam, I alwel we the chen ye go thi direct. Lekin amya na cha ka ja to go ke chatting for example. ka ye jal hen chan ke ye chol go ku jalam ni re bu ko ro chep chating so mon du na ye lezi ka le yen ku ga che ba jare chan chin nom geden so ka ki ai ro an che ber kan ke ro ja ku ga ba la lo ye anyway am ba ko je.
Akwal, should Alakir, Alakir, I think yours will be more interesting. I think Akwal le mang mala kon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I will go back to my original point. There's no price for living in poverty and suffering. Achiran bijabeni and medal. Kulo yihin wala inchi jalu suffer. This is for you.
So you
Nobody
are
can.
agreeing with you are in that talk. We don't
No,
in love.
nobody. Achiran bijalu recognized for suffering. No. So we know what happened. Actually, for suffering, all the stereotypes of African and disease and it's not a pretty way to be known. Okay, so having said that, should women date men who don't have money? I would say now you go extreme kulel ko okay ran chin wo achiran we date can yen then we are achiran we date kin or achiran betiak we are almost to eugenics trying to say who should live and who should not live and that is extreme. So koi chin wo kaka I get all tricks. They are tricks and they have tricks. So they will be fine. They will find people to trick who big line and will continue. And one of the trick is disguised as love. Oh, yeah, oh, I will not live, I will not breathe without you. Some BS, absolutely BS. And yeah, and you know what you want for your future, you know. Ran chila through marriage. You will find that all these feelings, love, whatever, now, Chimit bend into the picture, they don't really matter, right? All you want to do is what is your life going to look like from the moment Janithia moving on. And then in the gym context that, whoa, I bend and they go to another man, I have been a strong advocate that some money should go to the woman. I actually think my ideal man will give me 50% of the dowry. Abi yin and abi in my bank account. That's my ideal man. 50% abijalo no family and parent and whatnot. Reason I say that, Naichi in Tiak, you are very vulnerable, right? You know, very vulnerable. As we know, women are nurturers. And when shit goes down, you will likely choose BI in rare enemy, right? And when you have the children and you are in that vulnerable state, you don't have enough time and capacity to make money. So the choice you make prior to giving birth to children is very crucial. If you base it on feelings, you will be really disappointed, my friends. I've not been there yet, but I have seen enough to conclude that you will be disappointed if you base it on feelings, right? So, koi witchin wo chikabuloi date if you know what you're doing and using your brain for your future generation, for making sure your children have a better life than you are having. Absolutely, do not date ranchin wo. But should we be worried about them as a society? Absolutely not. They are tricks. They will find people to trick and be katiak, be meat, and they go suffer together. So I would,
There is a point that I want to kind of before we one or talking of one, and then I
eh,
would like yeah, talking Kamla then to the third question so that we can keep swinging these things. But at no point I think to look at Chol Kalwela, oh, the most important thing should be love. Like I know traits be a vehicle garpin, like oh, make sure the man loves you, and even me, I said them and respects you. But I think these points we should actually dissect them. When you say you love me, okay, that is
mhm.
just talking. You do not love me if you have not done anything. Show me, do it. Love is not. I love you. I can even tell somebody who's working on the road that I love them. Okay, love is supposed to be in action. For action, as you know, I think action is priceless in this world. Okay, so if you say you love me, you will spend your time. And how do you spend your time? If you will come to see me, you will spend some money. So then we need money. Okay, if you're gonna call me on the phone, you will have to buy airtime. You will need money. I do not want nobody not calling me in the name of I do not have airtime, my friend. You are not supposed to be dating. You are supposed to be working. Okay. Um, Now, there are things you will do backward pupil, and I tell the person I'm dating, "Kakini awkward pupil." Those things are bought with money, you know. So love is action, and action is money. So just if somebody does not know the first question should be, what do you do? What do
Oh,
you do so that we can gauge if you have money or not? Because we are not here to be wasting our time. No. If I can gauge at least you have money,
Anyway,
that we move
that
forward. Okay?
ngikiana yeah amben imben I mean sorry yeah ngikiana na dwel kana a question ti a chen support be ayen ngar you know pin nom to wotin ran ben il baran il ba support where ya support by the way alwel nang ran to ran e ye lazy ko che lui yen ar her kana wele na so when rer ke kana wele na queen a che ja joren when chen ya jor queen go wele no go queen go mang pin go rang go god go la lo ko le pa na we le yen walen kre che lo ya na tane wo chi bu ba ka dang ku je la lui hat ala be din da ala be loy awana che jati ye gwen chen jati ye go le lan ko bar jamat wana walen go jamat kana wele na wen che ke jamat kana wele na go enom jal wele ret wele ku yin in chale jin walen na ikina le wer dien ti idi kan kedang idi kan bene sten tawan tin go wele na go jal wele ya yin man wan ma a che kra je na loy yin e ke pie de na ka loy wan to win pa na wai wai du kana nisba du ga ne ye le so mana tu wele na ye ngot ka luye support ka to tan den ti so kiana na wele chi pie da chan bia ye no question tu en kon ngor apiat bakarut kon ngi na chakarut jangi ka balheran yin ngadi yin na chi pie batawala ko badui kuna luye ka mit kwa batawala aye loy ka in form of na je jaye ka japon bat ba ja ke ma kene ma ka lo min ki ya gol diga
Gold is a good thing to be done. Gold is a good thing to be done. So tell you what to. The thing is, part of mineral is that part of mineral. It's about a langi kupio watching union might and kajem tina loro tauran to balangi you pure la dom can because that's in manner I don't know bender. So anong ka bakit la kada anong ka bakit la niya ra ra ano ku tanum lo ma ra ka when supposed be ay a priority. So don't go knowing people when you have not assessed the proper things. Nachilam kam do not know his good heart. Chaja chaga good heart because there is some waking up that he needs to do. You know? Ayan ka ki randoy man na lo ku lo rangi but good heart ku lo ku piola ke lul ka na ku de chol good heart ke ram te ka ba ja encourage me. I'm la lu wake ke yen ram bi lu ka right no don't wake ran kim pa ja bi wele ni cha ku ne cha lu na wele ni ka be la po je che you not as a woman I can go. Abi wen la le ka le ka yen a go la pa ja la a chi wen ni ja la right pi ku jo la lu wa ka da jo kan la wa ka we ja you at that point. Lakin before kin wele na riyo pio cha ya yo ka cha ta bi la pa you ayo ku te de du hon ko.
Ada in conversation de in conversation ki ya ko bal wele ten conversation duni chama na rane le belo ko tinya ye na piet pokoro ngai trick ka go ka ya yo ang ye ke so kan nya le bel wele che class dia e yan ka ya ko ba nya e kana
Oh.
e wera ba je na ka ba nya
Na
nungu kon
kin wa cha lo wa to da tin che class de ganyi da chu lo wa pio de long tin. To be honest.
Kama sawa.
no yana ka chene en piet yana ka chene en piet baran ba gwa dil ni ka dang wala ba gwa chi man na wele ni i chwal nga ku lo ku wele yin lo yi no ka chi ba question ka wa kero
A
so
lack
ka
of
piet ki ya
communication,
wele
no communication skills, a poor communication skills can be any one that I think. Let me learn chola did queen here, chola learn chol queer kalas.
aiwa
Ku to no na je le rare to know. Okay, I read a loud dear. Or I read a
aiwa
good. Okay, ku yi
absolutely
rare juba. Lord Gama rare juba yung loy. Take a loy ten ben. You know? And man of the cool can really kick a mood, row, kill, up and joy. Clock in, lock in, clock, and then me, I will say, "God, this is how it comes. Like, yeah, but like, God, well, you like, yeah, God, yeah, but you know, Tina, well, can you, and yeah, can you go better?
no jaran kon nyuoj de jaran kon nyuoj ku jala le ka yi lo yi no
Absolutely,
wala
I
ngo
be think to Benny White and look at well, if I can't, I will, hey, can you got for information. That is. Lwela makaja lwela chiga nyoya beja to tinta beja lui depend. Chana yin yoku ki yin chat VH, okay? Ka yin nyu ko you know ka lwela chiga dan chana go na no ka lwela ka ba to dai Martin. Taki ayu ku yin chat yi choka ka ba ka dia lwela guchi ki lo ka wa ka tin ba dai to chan ka che go ku ka na. We are not wasting time.
Sometimes you don't even have to ask. These people will tell you
So we
exactly
tell you.
where they will tell you exactly where the priorities are. It will come up in a conversation. How do they spend their day? Oh, how was your Saturday? Because Kagagok is you talk and you find information. You don't have to ask directly. And yeah, Queer said that kamu chala riro na chagwa ti yung yilo to make money. You ask in other ways, and we women we know how to find information. Or investigation is what we do. You will find out. Oh, how was your Saturday? Well, I went to La Canisa, and then they will explain
They will tell
in their
you.
typical day, and how people spend their days is how they spend their lives, and you will find out. Naira and much for you, fine. Naira much for you. Just give them less of your time and find someone else worth your time. Jan Bagwakani. And so I was just gonna add that.
Yeah, aqua.
Okay, can I now answer the question
Mm.
from my perspective? So, I will have a question, and I will copy it and share the message. I will let can broke man right want you date or can a woman right?
Mm.
I say and you are young as a no. If you are broke, don't date. When I get the tone getting for me, do we have can we hold that standard? Can broke women date? Okay,
Yes.
you got the singers. That is the problem, and that's why I say from for me, I say that if broke women are allowed to date, broke men can date. If broke women are not allowed to date, broke men cannot date. So that's why I disagree with the premise. Why? Just think about this. In Iran, okay, for girls, put in this comment, you are young the Togachi in the comment, don't settle young girls, go higher. Please, now if that is your goal, please go higher. You see it on screen in the area can get go for back. I don't mind. But also listen to me. I know if you have if you already empowered, then you need someone empowered. I'm 100% a supporter of monogamy, marrying at your level. And you could but the PhD could have when you together, it wouldn't work. Same thing. I don't want to watch the two PhD. What kind of relationship is that? I tell you, we call it low and then you are changing our communities in a good way. Continue, but I don't agree with that. Who are also part of this conversation in the chat, and I agree with you, Deng Lwal, is that you know it should the condition should apply to all rural Canada. We should not be like only focusing on men providing resources. I agree with your point, Lisa did that. At some point in life, women actually need more support when they are pregnant and nursing children. They have downtime in their lifetime or part of in their marriages. They're part of the package Ben can use. And those downtime need men will be cover. So men should at least have a backup plan or a booster, and that is why many women go for women better than them or but they don't go down because they go down to let it down. For women, everyone is down. In case the point be addictive, which I agree with you. I don't disagree. But also for young men, don't go for broke women. So I said, if you are broke young man, don't date. Just come to Utah to get ideas to make money. Stating actually your priority. So I agree with you. We got on the screen. Same to you. If you are a broke lady, just dating should not be your priority. Come to Utah and listen to business ideas. Being a do a lot. So could do about shopping. I don't think it you should. I just imagine this. When I used to feel offended, and it is happening in our community on Yanya. Like, Kerala, Moja Tiene go today. Tomorrow you are asking that man for hair tie. Mojen ke yen hair tie. In that relationship, kera moja ika duon wero. So you is that imbalance from the beginning of conversation. So you walan ko hair tie mo anti nomri akan bulan na no mo telephone. Or like you are begging, begging, begging. Like what kind of a relationship is that?
Leave me alone. He loves me.
Well, if they love you, they will give it to you without you asking. And if you love them, you will give it to
That's
them
the
because
man.
it's two way. It's two way. I say you be at where time you got to transport like I'm visit. You need to transport like seriously.
Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah,
it
shout.
makes sense.
To transport what?
She
What?
makes sense,
And
but
you
she's
need to think
shouting.
about. Oh, I know. Lisa did it is nothing. But the truth is, I want women to be empowered, so that when they are in that relationship, because they are respected. Because respect is on. I say you got when the nine no teenage you got when the pamper teenage like diaper. Like it's your diaper and jam diaper because I don't know not really long. So, and there are so many things.
Always or
So I want to
something.
say, bro, women don't date, bro, men don't date, make money, and of course, I love Agroni, but don't invest so much because in Alabama, in Yatin, then well at disadvantage. So my point is,
Mhm.
finish should
Yeah,
apply
no,
equal.
Okay,
yeah,
let
no.
me
Okay, go
a
go ahead,
bit.
please. Go ahead,
Yeah,
please.
let me go first. There is some sense in what Akwal is saying, and I completely understand. Being a trick is not just for men. Some women will trick you. So I am in law in a relationship, and you don't know women can trick you. They trick you. Man, any teacher airtime in like you. Think
Mm-hmm.
about it. You know, like yo airtime. No, little go can you? You know, like yo. Women trick at you, and you need to be careful. So if you listen to a call who date at your level, Nyan who can afford her own airtime, you will not be dealing with that problem. Nyan who can afford her feminine products, a lotion they you will not have to deal with that. But I need to bring it back to the point of generosity. Although you know you can afford stuff as a woman, if you go can around and they're not generous in any way, I mean, zero. I think go monetary wise. How do you expect them to get generous in marriage? That how can I believe? Nachi anti akabian resources. So and then people who test, they can test and say, okay, Nachi gonna loika wagok, maybe a chi below me aka wachurutia, right? So to some extent, it makes sense to see if the man is generous while you are still in the relationship level. Go right? And yeah, he demonstrates that he is happy and willing and enthusiastic about being a provider, that I should expect the same thing to happen in marriage. Like in walking around, you're like, yeah, I'm independent, I can pay my own bills, I can do my own thing. You're like, I don't need anything from a man, and you love being like the and suddenly you get queen and meat, and they're not giving you money. What were you thinking? One, so we change it. That's where you end up disappointed, and you're like, oh man, don't change. Do not change them. See them for who they are in the relationship level, and then move accordingly, right? So yes, don't fall for the tricks, but also judge people correctly on their generosity. Naira nikukunyin mandana, possible nikukunyin after marriage.
But
Naira and
maybe a point in just be like take
mhm,
control because there is financial control where in Pakistan and when
yeah,
you do it's not generosity. You run
yeah.
shower, but
But
what a manipulation. Now
yeah,
you shower with everything. Now you manipulate. Now money
exactly,
can talk.
exactly.
They say money can talk. Now they use money to win you. Is that good?
Exactly what I'm trying to say. So if Nai is using money as a tool to control you, be I emotion ko, be I in low heart because I and wo, then you know that this person is very abusive, and kunachi and more money later in the marriage is most likely going to abuse me even more, right? Then achara and better in your marriage and be awe wero, guru ko kuguti nakol, nobody knows. So can I like you see how they use money. And they start to change their tone, trying to control you. Oh, red flag. A very a very red flag. Now can I telephone what and they start asking you, oh young and jam can yin red flag. Okay? So and then coming to the side of decentering na che wu keto we ranti and say you can have opportunity to make a lot of money. You can provide other things, like I know gym boys are trending and naturally take care of your body very well. You dress nice, you smell good, You put your savage, I'm sure I think yeah, don't buy you to pay your bills. So yes. Now in here you poor and they're allowed to date people with money, then men can find a way to date women with money as long as they offer something.
Before,
Yeah,
I don't know.
akwal anang kakabat ya, you know. Yeah, anang kechala bay when regarding mon chenang PhD, especially where the laban US kujaran je la tiek bay. So ekati lon ye yinen discourage man chille be work lair chichok the Western countries because ke ye rodi ke ye rur kwa doi lo especially men are near be ko pi ke banyal what chi man India yan ko ti ke class ay well family ngadi abu work drag down especially India chile na era and first class chile bala ti ke third class aliu first class second second class koi chin wo ati agrot koi nang wo ati agrot so ke ne chile bu koi la ler in that kadang ko chen lon ben koi rot ben ya la de ka jata wadi because most of koi la ti che man na e mon che boku ti nyan tau ka family den ben ye empower kuna che empower ka kwad ben a chirot empower so ke ti ye tawadi.
So about bad from policy perspective. So if na here and take ben ya ke could teach so okay chol homogamy kind of marriage and in Western countries is that it has been actually categorized because of the widening gap in income inequality, whereby caught at the same level financially, academically, and all the levels of status in our society are there. So there has been a big study that I actually use for my research that say court opinion na kin degree ke su ke chiria cholo tinda cholo all the abala kurur barata advertise on newspaper and you chiri degree far away which is different in our contract I chin degree and I got to do more than degrees. So okay, okay, if for example, like our community and our country, so Sudan, very when you pure on status or wealth, because this law now be on status and wealth, getting the same income inequality, picture all whereby I'm forever, who got you forever, and I got the personally, I say, our society, especially yeah, but narrow down to level of South Sudan, because I'm young, and even think like percentage in you pay a quota rate. It's maybe 20% compared to men to pay which is like 60%. And so, if for example, if now you are going to learn a PhD or master in Tiang, PhD or master, so you are down in getting so that one doesn't apply because war with ya changes are and cultures are near to down in caught up faster than women. So I'm not discouraging PhD holders big law, but I'm saying if this small PhD holders, a few of them are PhD can it make our community better because at least we have no resource because you can PhD cái percentage như thế chứ phía nào master PhD của you go out and I belong other communities see and that is what they are in our community. So what I discourage there is that in near the people on the tiago can I do a jaton go watch a career when can pay because the majority rule can pay than the bigger they can pay yeah but not rule you to pay the near not near to pay the big lot down that is the fact. And so that is what I was saying. We haven't reached that level, so I will continue to go to villages. But you want to be a one and that continent lost too. So it's actually contributing to income inequality and low life of our community, which I discourage.
cha
I want to,
cha jade the point or cha jade
yeah.
ay shukran.
Kwanong point which that I wanted to play a role on before I go to the before after I say this, I will swing the last question onto the table for discussion. Anong point chalene akwal ne teaching le near ready financially or broke girls can they date broke can they date too? Um And Chachi majority Kuleli, yes, they can. The reason as try and really yes, they can. What I look at is if a house can run. When I look at dating, like we discussed it some time back, is for me, I always look at dating as something that progresses into marriage, right? And I look at how a family is set up. When a man is not broke and a woman is broke, according to how, according to our natural biology and even gender settings and what have you, a house can run when the man is financially able, when the woman is not able, because when kule roles like we are naturally born naturals, okay? If nanong nong in because it's if you can bring something in this setup, okay, as a woman, which we are born to bring something already as who we are. You're coming to give birth, and you are also coming as a natural. Now you natural winchaba sophisticated in a way that in period we get taught, right? We get taught to run a house. So then that is something you already bring. So a man can come with his resources, and you come with yourself to give birth to children and to nurture the children and to run the home. That is already something you can bring, and this family can progress. That's why most men, by the way, when they find a woman they work well with, in even if ku chonum chen resources, they can still proceed with that woman. But for the purposes of being a woman that is ready, because life I change it to come as a woman, apart from your biology, I mean, your biological setup said that you give birth to children, and apart from you are a given natural, and you are a sophisticated natural that can run a house very well, especially for an affluent man. This is a busy person that needs a sophisticated woman, actually a woman kubas, okay, a woman that can effectively run a house that will get married to this affluent man. Then you also need to be prepared for your own self, okay? Banankaku, but you're prepared if you have your education, better for you. If you don't, if you run businesses, like have a brain that is functional. This is your protection. This is your protection on top of the man protecting you and providing for your family. You have an extra layer whereby you can do things for yourself. So so that's why I was saying a woman, even if she's not as affluent as the man, or even if she's not affluent, because she already comes with something. Man, man, kuchin kubokan keg like bumachin kubokan zero paganga. That's what I'm saying with men. Do not try it. But a woman can actually come kitchen, but she already has a lot to do in a family setup. That's what I was saying. And with that said, the last question, I think, because here, as we are going to, and I want to see people in the comment, but what will people say to the last question? The question is, but how can we support men? Because I think we all agree, whether you agree or not. Deborah, Deborah,
Yeah.
yeah, she
Yes.
was saying no, 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 no. But Deborah, Imba Domchin, Quimba Kachin, we are going to the direction of men should have money, whether you like it or not. I'm kidding, but let's just agree that men should have money. And if we have agreed to that, then how can we as women support men, whether our men that have married us, even our fathers, because we will men, whether you can my brother. Okay, ja kon gol wu ko mon dia ke ku wir ba kon chama chama nya ku lo wu ko my father, ku lo wu ko my brothers, ku ju wu ko friends ko to ke email friends ke ben akara. Okay, but how can we support these people to produce, because we have agreed they must have it. If they don't have it, don't date them, don't talk to them. So how can we support them?
Can I go first?
Yes, go.
Yeah. I'll just bring it back to the question of motivation. Why do people want to be better in their life? And personally, I believe for men, to go do better for themselves. Usually, they look around and see what are other men doing. It's always like, okay, I think yana rian piet kankor rian piet. I think I ting chirkana kankor ting chirkana, right? So usually it comes from a place of competition. Rarely do a lot of men listen to what women are saying, but if they do, I'm really glad that the U-turn, our target was previously near, but we find that I will tune in. So I'm really happy the change is happening and they are actually listening. When you when you make a decision to make more money, it will reach a point that you're just nagging me. Why are you nagging me? But if you make a decision to make more money and get more resources as a person in the society, you want to improve your standing. You call live a good life, and everybody can point to you and say, "Well, yeah, shopping," right? That is going to reinforce that your motivation to do better in life, right? I just think that is also having the same vision. Maybe in ago more money, ago more resources, then it will give you that push. Only few men understand that the woman using a woman as a motivator to make more money, to get more resources is a life hack. And if you're a man in the comments, this is it. If you listen to, a woman that wants you to do better, dinga when you're thinking in potential, who encourage you to do better for your life, who encourage you better for masters, better for PhD, who is patient with you, because I know they are always like biological clock is running out. We have to start a family and we have to start today. I and patient can yin do this in order for us to be set up to be successful family. Then you are in the right place and you are in the right company. Go kapit golwe road, go kapit golwe pandu, and that way the society is better off. I would also say use your own personal life motivator. What life have you lived until now? Is it satisfactory? You think you could be live a now you could continue on. Now you change it, and you will find women at every level you go. Ai nyandu go chi kurbitit yen pressure kulu walai and kor with yak ye ruon or kor with yak ruon chi ben cho cha yak, right? Use that as a motivation. Aji nya you wan ku jel bela yak ran and come show her you can make the money and you can get the most beautiful girl at that point chin wo chakaloy. So women serve as a motivator for men to do better for themselves, and it starts with you listening to that woman and choosing the right person to support you on your journey of doing better in life. uh Think of wall can go.
Yeah, I really agree with that, but Akwal, please go.
Okay, thank you. Many people are resonating with you in the comment. The big comment, we will come to that. We are listening. We call, we comment. Thank you, and share this conversation. It might help someone. So the question to teach tonight, how can women help men, make the resources? Like, if, for example, for you to go and date me and I'm potential like younger, and you ask a question that what you 10 message can we give to young folks that are still in high school or starting university, but they have potential of making money. We are not asking them not to date. We're asking them to, date but not marry, because if you don't have anything, you cannot afford. You cannot use love to buy diaper and milk and hospital, pay your hospital bills. But what we can tell them is, in this question is that I agree to listen to women in our community. We are chipping, chipping credit. So how do you help that man now with money? If not chipping credit, they come with the mindset that I chipping credit. So how can, and that is one of the reasons when you don't tell, you will not tell them anything they don't know, because now a lot of village we know PhD, that woman is already intimidated. She thinks that you know everything. When I say they are guys suggestion, low suggestion, I think okay with that major level. So they are intimidated to have tough conversation. Can you even if you don't know how to manage your credit card, they don't know even how to manage credit card themselves. How would they even help you to make resources? They don't know how to investment decision, how to make investment decision. They don't know how to run businesses. So if, for example, if you are at that level already, you have confirmed the idea that in Japan, and I will just share one short story. Will not take 2 minutes a bit. Is that which actually the women in our community, in generally, they feel hurt when didactic is trying to teach them something. As society has established them head of the family, they are in they feel good about themselves when they are in the one training, teaching their, but not they are teaching them. So this lady whom I listened to a story on in one of the podcasts, she said that I don't think I can win the potential in a younger so I might be potential and what is hustling. And she was also hustling. She was also a accomplished woman. But it reached a point because these men with disability, man, these kind of problems. Go, okay, it's strained financially, like they were just dying. The hustle could not even help pay bills. Go now this question to me. Go you know what? My parents I am inherited property. So I think one part. So now can we go back panda? Instead of paying rent in a year, can we go put a rent on the panda? Right? So that and then the hustle thing, but I ben medical bills and with that go right because she can ale paninya blue moving paninya in can be like failure. You go now. So financial decision and personal ego are lui clash. So achi korbula pani hinya keke monye bitinga chia failure. Like he's not capable and he want to cover up his pride. When he be jalu suffer in darkness, ke jalu suffer jana lock and not poor because of stress. Rare can man pay panakim and they cannot pay bills and rent is knocking and everything. We doesn't want bula pani nya go nyan go and now play pan then can man there. And pani nya na well up go long tinga ni long le nyan ka kwa go support after chen nyana chen is stable now mentally ja good metal ko jo pial ku je nya le jo ben go right like share my what you could be face in fact pani nya don't see him get fail man and you young person like resources he's trying his best but because of his ego it will not happen. So how can women help men make resources is will start with men and I won't be able to join any joy you rule who answer and unblock many, and I will come back with the opinion in the
Yeah, in challenge, I think I and Kabayato Gambajam Retamat, Chan Anchi Banela. Appear the red question, Kana, Tilabia, back of work support at Dikawa Chan Kadang. Tung tuing that work it did when I'm one do, well, a chi and Guatia, for example, well, we did, let's just take that scenario. So it and to Louis Wake did it and Kake, Akwa baya Mondunaya spender, a big spender, discourage spending, yella and yin spending, too much spending, well, unnecessary spending, yen a chilui. Kakor baloy, a kor bakash flow, a kor bakadang, banang to do win, banang a lot of stream of income, chatting. Many people I lui rely on salaries. Because salaries actually got a lair, chinti yake quite laughing. So ako ba mo ndu ya yo wala ran ko ki na lehi and yin ka ko road ako ra chan ba ya lui invest ku dune kem lui spend na ya ka won chi to so then ka cho jil ka won chi arje na che yin kem lui spend so ako ba le mo ndu spending be to understand a bit chi be kem a lui spend ako ba ngot ka lui motivate ka won ye did ye well yen na lui ku is kadang motivation ako aba motivate chan chi bia mediocre so chi became taw aba level awen ako ar balle mo ndu bichulo ati le to that level imana nanang kariya for example nang kariya ka sukul dai ku ke ko software ke ye men query na ka chola che randa ko ba ya le mo ndu ba ya chwa de nom chi bia mediocre aga gara nang bashalas lekin be mo ndu bi louis stand out de ko ki jadi ya chan chi bia mediocre ko ba len bi chulo that level bi chulo to the peak bi chu ye yen ran ya kadan na nan gar ya gala ke yen ka yu pinya chela kor ke yen ka yu adira lo ko bu lui problem kana bu lui solve ku ka ko ba le na ya dan chi bia lui game bia lui within be always outside, everywhere there to talk and thing. And this concept of globalization, concept kana na kwa jaret. Industries ya ke ting it na lon ye ke ben big ben for example industries ili brand to US wala ran to pay chama UK ili ban book lo industry de ten ka wala ku kem ku lui akuku that concept concept of globalization industry do yela plan a country win nyok na lo ku yene ke gi $10 ka le $10 e win di ku $10 somewhere ti a long as support be in a dome above $10 per hour 15 like that I do your boy 15 yen aja ku wages it per hour ya di for example Canada ya 15 and above.
17 and above, let's say.
Okay, 17 and above. Chatting. Looking at the and now book and $5 per day. Well, $10 per day. You can meet you. Chatting. So come on, do ten akin globalization. I can understand. Kukuyen a chicken. Pide ben a chin meaning by the way. Chanil liban lui lon deed. Alaki kichi lam yoja gaga wen. So ian ke ben na yaga lemon do yaga chwa the yi kayen mondu ile benang kadang but ki chuka important adira le that concept of spending ko bal chwa the yanam ye yom ya dur kulayen yo wa kol chale kulayen yo wa ko kulayen thank you.
Akwala before being in a bed, there is a part that car, but you attend to with your chariot or in your chariot sometime to support men. And now in Swahili we say men will in English actually to Nasema, men will embarrass you. Okay. Sometime you do this, okay, you look at their potential because as women we actually see, we are observant, we will see our men's potential and we see where we can position ourselves to support them. There are women who have done that, okay, to men. Kutung man ku, by the way, and you guys need to even clarify this. Even as women, utman to wa Lakira does her things, I do my things, Akwal does her things. There is no day I would want my things be a Lakira, okay? Now, Rurak will happen this way. You support this your man, okay? Support him, but potential the team kubuku tarot in a strategic position where you will help him plan together. Kului support. So you are you are actually behind him, literally, okay? Or you are the base, the foundation upon which he stands. Kalas kujira lui build. Ami acha ka ken ja lui a billion munu maton yen munu mortor wa dia ping kada TikTok, okay? Cái giờ ra ra well use it ko bro chagal well nong yiranda nong today ni bi antin he manala especially ru ka junuwin that chik tao cái ni mo kwar kwa dia ku ko kwar kwa dia ku nyan kini no dia hai ke polygamist, okay? They use your sweat chinga loy build like ko koi ko nyir ko chinga chiga loy that have not worked hard because your sweat ben chame tung ka ko ke ju ka so na ye mo ndu tinga no nyen biliot yen kor benang ka deng cái gì more up because cái job I support is hard work, okay? Nothing guarantee that ka kien ba ngun ye tuidian change chol et tui mane yar yam du ka yi bebe beloy bela ben ke we chano ben loy la bandom du to or ku ne apin gal wel, okay? Am ya ga dang la ben ka chen nom ko de ya tinga ya loy tiktok ne wo adir ku ka tuje kana that thing is hard. You look at a man ke wa ngwa ngwa mon chura lu moi nong nó quá là bố nhuy chứ à có là tin bất chứng đừng là bé các cái nó tổ cái tùy để bây giờ tin cần
Where did you guys
Anyway,
there before
yeah,
I come?
yeah, aka bear a question can you know yeah ache kadang akana that concept adila la yeah error law in some uh, in some families but ache yara na ben ko ke chiran dang lo ache le ben kadang ache le ben ra na ben yen la kadang ben yen la rule out mara na ben atong wala ta wala so ke yin gai ba mo ndu ba lo empower by the way so akana ror ke chajen wala bege chula tie ko kadang koi kok ba che ke real en lon win che yin gol ba battery so looking at why maintain ko na
ayo
cha
ben
jam
well
ya
uncle family need uncle me big after every year we will get to uncle me big he will come and tell me like when I was working hard was I you
ko na cha jam ya yeah you know keten looking lon lui we retreat wadia na to ka constant ha ku ka che ba la pin ku be lo nyan cái thế nó muốn đuổi cái này trên cái lùi lekin na ye ben some point ni chứ ben lo cái đằng ko ben lo cái đằng cái thế này yang cái nó muốn nhé yang cái yang na ra cắt cái jala lùi so a chin lu bu
Can I
ja
add
lùi ben
something?
ya in be ben ya a chin lu bu
Yeah.
lùi ben mo ro ben na che support ba ya cái đằng ai ben la ga nya cái che yi so cái lan cái đằng ku ye ja ka na long ye ti na long ja ben cái na chỉ là gà nhà cái đó là nhà lấy yo ko nang awan chắc cái
No,
yeah,
I've
I'm
been
very
thinking.
so
I mean,
Baran.
yeah, I've been thinking about it. Could guide you like Bentano because as your status changes, you make more money, people will start treating you differently, right? And now le beat team ya kwachagao ku kwane people will listen to him like you said quel, right? Kalas Kala been in the house and expect a woman to treat him like the big boss he is outside there, right? Now, if you guys start together from the scratch, you have the same level of respect until and let's say Tika Chulu contribute, and then he start getting like a lot of respect or even fear disguises respect in the workplace or Tien Luitin, Kule Ben by Kule Wala and Chilua disrespect. I don't understand that. You know each other before the money came. In fact, we're to the same status because I work one talk, right? Now, why in think to be when you're lighting a chadol, huh? Uncle Balaki thing that respect me and can give me the unway treat like I am treated at work. It's really misplaced, and I think ego is coming into play. I think you don't even have the we hustle. Then you are like, oh, my ego is so inflated. This woman is not listening to me. Or you turn around to be big spender and she's telling you not to spend so much because wealth you have to sustain, right? Kayla Riror. I don't think women are to blame for that. I think men need to understand the context when they move. Not to buy, you're unequal and you recognize things no equal. Can you and they will tell you, I mean like they don't fear you. Like your employee will fear to lose their job. Na yete kutingana ni cha watch kabla yin. Kana cha watch and we need to correct it like this. No fear in that. It's a relationship based on trust and respect, and they know if they're going to be honest, they're in a safe space to do that, and they see it's for the whole family and for the man. So I think building men up is a personal choice. I would not do it myself. Nothing wrote. Kaya nothing ting when you build up. Could you think that you're ben? Buku nyuji kanimia ka chin loy action get your loy build. Now,
Yeah,
would you want to be the one building the wealth up? Could we discard or cover in and enjoy the wealth? A lot of people, the obvious choice, right? Na chaka accused of gold digging and all that. Hard work is not easy, and if people choose easy life, well, good for them. I am all for better life. Whether you come through a easy way or bark through a hard work way, choose your battles. That's all I can add from that.
Akwal, I will give
Ah, but
you.
now look at
I'll
that.
give you the
Now,
last.
I question book. I'm sorry, Lisa did.
Yeah, I'll give you the last 5 minutes. After that, we are gonna close.
All right, thank you. And I want also to thank those who are participating actively in the comment section. You are reaching the conversation. Please continue to share this conversation and share your thoughts. We are learning. And so, to take it back, now, then the question who could debate when you will chill it in the women the chica got here. And then I do debate Abuja went to the conclusion that resources are important in marriage, very important in relationship and even in marriage. And so the last question we will address me question, yeah, Martina, how can women build up their men? Because it's very important for men to feel empowered economically for them to run the houses effectively. And one point in the Kinicha did go like that, which is very hard. Rate of take Betty. To be honest, rate of realtor. In our community, I do like but like most, if you see the statistics of polygamy, so do kan yer yin jang la taw nang di hati yer yer di hati
Yeah.
Kuna a lot in these polygamies, 90% of their diranim to org when you are really story with. Because they work so hard. Because man, peer, man, jockey, and man, I have what you have what in the world, God, what peer, pandia. I've got to from zero, we are building ourselves up. But as we grow together, brainstorm together, sharing our ideas, resources are look at you. By mid age, around 40, come on, you have a youth now, they're senior youth, they are running community association. We are not in more because I've been working hard. And and also get poverty too has catch up very hard. So my auntie bear out that in TikTok. And now we will now take all the resources which are taking the it's your hand back wide. Getting your life enjoy. So when you are for monkeys because of money. But not all women. So the question now is that how can women, if for example, they are the how can you women empowerment to eating to and you change that at some point in life, you blood the you want yan tin yam, bearing the baby gay, and on catch you train where you need blood in your one blood in your. And you think that you don't have to do it because society is taboo. So it's not possible. So that's one reason that Aleba is hard for women to do that right now, especially in Japan. They would rather go for monkeys when the team can have a baby out their TikTok and then they are getting which I agree, I don't mind that. But Tongue and can the same opinion, Chirkara Deborah Akwal, who is very active in the conversation there, Deborah Dale, is that my advice is this on this question is that while you build your man, give them ideas and tools because is success, is success, your marriage is stable because you feel good when they have something to offer. When they don't have nothing to offer, they become grumpy, they become harsh, and they can even kill you, they beat you, or they become irresponsible. So it's good to help them. So when you become just for the sake of meet this and for your mental health, support him. But in the process, don't neglect yourself.
Mm, mm, mm.
So while you are supporting him to build himself, also build yourself. But we have to at the almost the same level. Well, I support a monogamous kind of relationship, but if not the downside because when I talk together our quality when at least could you near the resources can become like yen the RT because jalati at the be an abu worship. Because the other man could you I think did when we do as okay any become disrespectful because they know him from the time on yen broke person yen galwa it can get away and thing work with him until that thing feel that that is what can yen. But according being that being a worship, nothing cannot worship him because you know that resources can if he should worship that woman and woman worship both ways. But it won't be a one way, then I'll put in Yantin, guys, one say, oh my sweetheart, my love, you are a better thing to me. I think that when we work, I cannot say you are a better thing because really he's not a better thing. He is some things because he contributed some things, and that is what men don't like. They want someone to worship, which I in my own opinion, and it hold me accountable for it. Now I wake up. So it's good to support them, but also support yourself. So that actually you become no cooperating. When men become rich, they can marry in our community, but otherwise, they can just play around here and all dieting, who is trending. You
Didi,
know,
yeah.
because we I will enjoy attractive. Now we are who one who is alive. So now you point to Chiri, better woman one. They are part of that small because we be tapping it. So can be sure lock be la tapping you problem got dollar jelly. At least you don't think to do it. So empower yourself. So how do you do that in the process? Yeah, in our context now, but yeah, feel that it with that kene ne chi kuri jwa ja want to babere na yiti kuchi tia especially na ito west or into diaspora or even in the country is that you know what you're spending up it. Actually, I think a TikTok, I can hear la career and well been there too. Just know you live within your means, right? It's good way. Well, actually, build when you spend everything. So know some attend some financial literacy conversation like you can talk and learn how to save, right? How to invest. Get connected. Get people to betting who are doing business, are business women. Talk to them, right? And see how they are managing it. And so that you learn, empower yourself, and also bring it home to people when you be empowered. Invest in properties, and also know that pandu to build and get done. So if I, for example, you cannot build your husband if you within a year about what pandu, for example, or yen kwadu, or yen kokodu, or just know that you have something for them. Don't drain your pandu to build to pandu. Same thing you might do guide it too, because there are women who want to look good in public, but now anything the community. Don't beat community if you are not building your husband financially. You need to be thinking pandu before being at in community, or being at in quad. So just focus with those basics, and you know what? The most important thing is build yourself, because you cannot build someone when you are not build yourself. That is my last advice.
Yeah, I think this has been a very good chat. Kuka will well kwera chana ni mba mahar, create bana ya risk. So when you marry, and if you manabai chendor kulel kacha lose support kin ngot kin lose, so lose at a higher end support, and
Absolutely.
yeah, support, and make sure you're growing together with him. And then na ci jala ban ka le lo ka yin ci karan ci cha ran ci cha ta ye cha cha let him walk well. And Quir said pray for him. Well, we'll pray for them at least, even because sometimes in bala chata rete je, it means ache bala tiga to ka yin ko yui ko ga bala kai, because you like you pen you even gonna koi win are very dangerous for life. So for sure, I mean for your life. So for sure, prayer is part of something that I cannot leave behind. John C. Garangaya, you can on the internet too. You can go. I well law by a controversial. I think don't picture why you into controversial conversations. But this has been such an interesting conversation. I appreciate everybody in the comment section, because I know Chan and Nomjala Kotala. It didn't come just doing to the comment sections, but like when I love reading people's ideas. I really appreciate you guys in the comment section. You've done amazing. And always come, we have conversations, because I can and this is how we're gonna push ourselves forward. And I'm quite what you will reach the U-turn ladies will reach Oprah Winfrey's level. We really appreciate your generosity and kindness. We see ourselves as that for our country, for our communities as well. And this is where we host actually not only educational conversations, but also we just banter like a topic who you can who you West Africa, but it's like who ben tie into our community booting a society. So this is where we end. Akwala, in the next 1 minute, we are gonna go off. If you are having an evening tea, please enjoy your tea. If you're just waking up as a person, good morning to you. And if you're going to bed, please have a good night. Otherwise, this is where we end. So bye bye, our people in the comment section. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.